Natalie Portman has always been known for her grace, talent, and commitment to maintaining a low profile despite being one of the most respected actresses of her generation. From her early breakout roles in films like Leon, The Professional and Star Wars, The Phantom Menace to her Oscar-winning performance in Black Swan, she has carried herself with a blend of poise and mystery. But even icons of the silver screen can have their lives momentarily intersect with the viral and spontaneous world of YouTube, and that's exactly what happened in the most unexpectedly charming way, thanks to her 13-year-old son, Aleph. It began with what seemed like an ordinary day for YouTube sensation Marlon LuGu, a 23-year-old Swedish content creator whose videos mix lifestyle, humor, and down-to-earth social interactions that have earned him nearly 400,000 subscribers. Marlon, whose real name is Marlon LuGu Garcia, is no stranger to meeting fans or engaging with strangers who surprise him with unusual stories. But nothing could have prepared him for the jaw-dropping revelation that came casually from a teenage boy who approached him with the easy confidence of someone who had grown up in a world quite unlike most others. Aleph, Natalie Portman's eldest child, was having a moment of his own, a fanboy moment. While his mother has carefully shielded both him and his younger sister Amalia, 8, from the relentless glare of the media spotlight, the young teen seemed perfectly comfortable navigating this impromptu celebrity encounter. He approached Marlon not as a wide-eyed admirer, but as someone simply excited to share a connection. "You know Star Wars? Padme Amidala?" he asked, eyes gleaming with a mixture of pride and mischief. It was a simple enough question, one that many might pose when talking about one of the most iconic film franchises in cinematic history. Marlon, unaware of what was about to unfold, probably nodded along, assuming it was the prelude to a fan theory or perhaps a friendly debate about lightsabers versus blasters. But then came the moment that changed the conversation entirely. "Well, that's my mom." Those 4 words, so nonchalantly delivered, hit like a stun blast from a blaster rifle. At first, Marlon was visibly confused, unsure if he was being pranked or if this teenager genuinely meant that the woman who played the regal and tragic Queen Amidala was, in fact, his mother. Skepticism lingered in the air, as it often does in the age of deepfakes and online trolling. But Aleph had receipts, literal ones. Without hesitation, he pulled out his phone and showed Marlon a series of family photos. There she was, Natalie Portman, unmistakably so, captured in candid, joyful moments that only someone truly close to her would have access to. "That's your mom?" Marlon asked, his voice rising with astonishment. "Yeah, that's my mom," Aleph replied, cool as ever. In an era where celebrity encounters are often orchestrated, transactional, or rehearsed for maximum social media exposure, this one stood out for its sheer authenticity. A young boy, proud of his mother yet not bragging, simply wanted to connect 2 worlds for a brief, human moment. Sensing the genuine excitement in the room, Aleph decided to take it a step further. He picked up his phone and dialed. "Mom, do you want to say hi to Marlon?" he asked as the screen lit up with a video call. And just like that, Natalie Portman's face appeared, smiling and relaxed, as she sat in what appeared to be a dressing room, getting her hair done. Caught off guard but ever gracious, Marlon stammered through his introduction. "Hi, I'm sorry for disturbing you," he said, trying to collect his thoughts. "I just wanted to say hi real quick." With the grace that has long defined her public persona, Portman responded, "Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you," Marlon echoed, likely still reeling from the surreal nature of the moment. "I'm here with your son real quick. We're about to play a little football." Portman, dealing with the practical difficulties of hearing clearly over a video call, replied with a soft chuckle, "I'm sorry, I can't hear anything. But I hope you're having a great day." Even through the phone, there was a warmth in her tone, a kindness that made it clear this wasn't just a performative courtesy. She meant it. And with a quick smile and a casual goodbye, she signed off with a simple, "Have a good one." And just like that, the moment passed, but its impact lingered. Marlon, now back in the real world and speaking directly to his YouTube audience, tried to put the moment into words. "When I was growing up and watched Star Wars really heavily," he confessed, "she was my biggest crush. Very beautiful woman. Very good son. I just want to respectfully say that. That's insane." His reaction was heartfelt, a mixture of nostalgia and disbelief. And it resonated deeply with viewers, who flooded the comments section with everything from praise for Olaf's chill demeanor to their own memories of falling in love with Natalie Portman's portrayal of the strong and dignified Padme Amidala. What made the moment even more compelling was how it pulled back the curtain, however briefly, on a life that Portman has spent years carefully protecting. Since moving to Paris in 2014 with her then-husband, French dancer and choreographer Benjamin Millepied, Portman has made it her mission to raise her children outside the intense scrutiny of Hollywood. In interviews, she's often pointed to France's cultural respect for personal boundaries as a key reason for the move. "They're very good at privacy here," she once told Net-a-Porter. "I feel like the biggest compliment is elle est très discrète, she is very discreet." And that discretion has extended to her parenting. Despite her global fame, Portman has kept Olaf and Amalia largely out of the spotlight. It's rare to see them on red carpets, and even rarer to catch a glimpse of them on her social media. She's spoken warmly about her admiration for the way French children are raised, with a sense of formality, respect, and personal responsibility. "All the kids that come to my house are like, 'Bonjour, madame,' and give me the cheek-to-cheek kiss," she said in an interview. "And before they leave, they say, 'Thank you for having me.' If I'm not nearby, they'll come find me to say it." That kind of upbringing was clearly evident in Olaf's poise and thoughtfulness during the interaction with Marlon. He wasn't showing off, nor was he leveraging his mother's fame to impress. He simply recognized a moment of joy and connection and offered it to someone he knew would appreciate it, and in doing so, he reminded everyone watching just how powerful and touching those little, unscripted moments can be. In a world where celebrity children are often paraded for attention or caught in the crossfire of paparazzi lenses, Olaf's encounter with Marlon offered something refreshing, a glimpse of humanity. The innocence of a kid connecting over shared fandom. The admiration of a content creator meeting someone he'd idolized from afar. And the calm, kind response of a global superstar who took a brief pause from her day to say hello. It's the kind of story that doesn't need special effects or a massive budget to be memorable. Just a phone, a smile, and a sincere human moment. That singular encounter may have only lasted a few minutes, but its echoes rippled far beyond the screen. It sparked conversations among fans and followers about the impact of film, the unexpected ways our idols can cross into our everyday lives, and the simple joys of a kind exchange. For Marlon, it was an unforgettable day. For Olaf, perhaps just a fun anecdote in the grand tapestry of his young life. And for Natalie Portman, it was one more moment where she showed the world that being a legend doesn't mean being untouchable. It means, sometimes, picking up the phone, smiling, and saying, "Nice to meet you."